Okay. So yeah. So as I was saying, we have to. I'll just repeat, Sai.
Yeah.
So on the login page, so for the forgot username and password, we have to narrow down the requirements. Okay, whether the client is preferring email to verify that particular user, or whether their client is preferring OTP verification, or if they prefer OTP verification, again they need to opting for auto in for that OTP. Okay, and coming to hospital logo, we have to take the size of that particular logo, and we have to ensure on which side that should get displayed, whether it is right
Okay.
side or left side.
Hmm.
So, the logo, the size of the logo and everything will go into FRD, and placement of that logo will come into the BRD.
Okay.
Okay. So in the registration module, uh, so once the registration is done, the patient should get detailed to his email. So if
Hmm.
client is preferring the email, then we have to get the email template from the client.
Okay.
So this is same for real-time projects also. So if any email notification is involved in any of your projects, we have to get
Huh.
the email template and email content also from the client.
Okay.
Okay, and we should also get the email IDs. So in real-time project, we have to get the email IDs also from the client.
Hmm.
Okay, right. Okay, move ahead.
And coming to the patient's data storage, as it is confidential information, we should be stored and keep it as an encrypted.
Hmm.
And data should be accessible only by employees, staffs, and doctors.
Hmm.
Necessary report should be supportive for printing.
Okay. Okay. So in this data storage also, in the
Huh.
second point, you are saying data
Yeah.
should be accessed only by employees, staff, and doctors. Okay. So
Hmm.
on which level? So is it a read level
Hmm.
or read and write level? See, employees
Okay.
means the receptionist and everything,
Hmm.
right? So they can
Yeah.
have the read and write access
Yeah.
on the profile part.
Yeah.
Okay. They should not have
Huh.
read access on the prescription part,
Okay.
right? So when it comes to doctor, they should have read and write access to the prescription part, but they should not have profile, editing option,
Yeah.
right? So those kind of requirements also we have to take it from the client. Who should,
Okay.
what level role of access should be assigned to which person.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, so that kind of
Yeah.
requirement also we have to get it from client. Okay, then necessary reports should be supportive for printing. Okay.
And coming to the different modules, like each daughter's details should be available under associated specialization.
No, see,
Doctor
one
time.
one minute, sorry.
Uh,
So
yeah.
necessary reports should be supportive for printing.
Hmm.
So, here we are printing for whom? I mean, for what purpose?
Per
Here we
patient
are,
only. So,
here we
for
want to
example, like
eliminate the, okay, yeah, please tell me. Please go ahead.
blood reports, uh, prescriptions, all those stuff, we can use it for printing, right?
Why? I mean, so if once you are registered, okay,
Hmm.
so you will be an number assigned, OP number or registration number.
But sometimes
Yeah.
we need hard copy also, na Shrikant?
Okay.
Hard copy.
Hmm.
I have
When you are
kept
okay.
it because we are applying for insurance or something. We will take
Huh.
printouts, right?
Okay, okay, that's fine. Yeah, then that is fine. Okay, so in the registration
Yeah.
module also, Ravi, Sai,
Hmm.
uh,
Hmm.
so you have to check with the requirement, I mean, from the client. Once the patient is registered, do we need to assign any particular number, registration number? Okay, so
Huh.
obviously they'll need a registration
Registration
number,
ID.
registration ID, but you need to
Huh.
get the requirement uh, on the format of that number. Okay, so do
Okay.
we need to limit the characters, like the maximum should be 5 digits or 6 digits? whether it should be a numeric or alphanumeric. Okay,
Uh,
so that kind of check also we have to do from the client.
okay.
Okay, and so when you're talking about reports, you should also check whether the that registration ID is displayed in all the, that is on the development part, that is fine. Okay, so get
Okay.
the format of registration ID from the client which we assign to patient. Okay, necessary reports should be supportive for printing. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Coming to the modules, we need to provide the doctor details under each and every specialization and their timings, fees, when they will be available or not. That part should be available, and doctors should have access to update patients' records.
Again, here not the patient
Uh,
record, patient
uh,
prescription.
yeah.
Okay, you have to be very clear while
Okay.
while noting down the requirement or working on the documents.
Okay. And coming to the medicine data storage, should have access to inventory about medicines availability, cost of medicines should be available.
Okay, so who should
Uh,
have this permission, or who should have this privilege of checking medicine
only
availability?
only the medicine
Only pharmacist,
pharmacist. Yeah.
right? So you have to mention that also. Okay, lab module. Okay,
And coming to the lab, there are so many different tests and all details should be present. It's so each test details should be updated under patient's records like blood report, X-ray, etc.
Hmm.
Test details on cost also should be present.
Okay,
Coming to the ward module, it should be the rooms, sharing rooms or non-sharing rooms, AC, non-AC, each and every details along with the prices should be available. And date-wise availability details also should be present.
okay. So coming back to lab module, the test
Okay.
reports also you have to check for the privileges. Like only patient and doctor should be able to see the reports, right?
Okay.
So okay, you have to check that also. So in any module, security is very important. Roles and
Okay.
privileges. Okay. Date was availability.
Then coming to the payment module, all types
Mm,
of payment should be accepted like UPI or card facility,
okay.
and EMI facility also should appear for patients.
Okay. So you will give EMI also.
Yeah.
Okay.
And no, this is just a note I have mentioned. Any record update or invoice should be directly generated to patient's mobile number or email ID.
Okay. Okay. So that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Okay. This is good. Okay. So these are the requirements you have gathered from client at that point of time based on your thought process, right?
Yeah.
So while discussing, you have added more requirements or more things
Yeah.
to know from the client. Okay.
Hmm.
So when you start developing or when you start working or when you start discussing with the client, different
Hmm.
stakeholders, you will
Hmm.
get more thought process.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
get to make a note of more points, or you will get to know whether this point is missed. I need to make a note it down. Okay.
Hmm.
So when you start developing the after the sign off, when you start developing the things, you will get more questions,
Hmm.
right? So again, you
Yeah.
will go to the client. You have to check with the client based on the question. You have to get the feedback. and you have to discuss something on that feedback, again incorporate into your document, again start developing. Okay, so this documentation process is the ongoing process until the project is delivered.
Hmm.
Okay, so these BRDs and FRDs are only artifacts for the waterfall methodology. Okay,
Okay.
so nowadays very minimum less companies are using FRDs and BRDs.
Okay.
Because since most of the companies currently are in agile framework or scrum,
Okay. Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So that is different. We'll get to know about that too. Okay,
Okay.
fine. So did you write FRD also?
I have written only few points, but I couldn't understand what I should present over there.
Hmm.
I have just mentioned the purpose of the project is like converting
Scope
the
and
prospecting.
purpose. Okay, that is okay.
Scope, I don't know what to mention. It's like, do I have to mention again the modules or what is the
Yes,
thing
you have
I'm
to
talking
mention the modules only.
about? Okay, okay.
Hmm.
Background and references. References are like,
Leave it. References. That is not important.
okay.
Assumptions and constraints.
In assumptions, I have mentioned like, as we have different modules, like registration, scheduling, payment, different teams are involved and dependency will be there.
Hmm.
Coming to the constraints, I'm not sure what to present.
Okay, fine. Or scroll down. Yeah.
Here,
Hmm.
I haven't mentioned much anything over here.
Okay, so in the
Yes.
functional requirement, what you have to do is
Hmm, hmm,
you have to refer the points from the requirement document. Okay, for example,
Okay.
login page.
hmm,
How the login page should function. Okay,
Okay.
user has to give the user ID, user has to give the password. Okay, if any
Okay.
captcha is required, user has to key in the captcha. Okay,
hmm,
hit
hmm,
enter. How the system should work. System should
hmm,
go back into the server and check the registration details. Okay, whether those
hmm,
details are valid or not. Then they have to land it on the login page, home page or landing page.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
kind of functionality you have to write in the functional requirement document. So basically
Okay.
how the system should function.
hmm,
Okay, so most of the times the description of that particular functional requirement is will be very less in the FRD.
hmm,
More in a diagrammatical representation will be more.
Okay.
Okay, so we can do this FRD exercise once we are done with the activity diagrams. Okay, so that
Okay.
you can easily correlate and you can and you can easily work on
Yeah.
this document. Okay, so for now
Okay.
BRD is good. Okay,
Okay.
uh, did
These
you
and all I
mention
haven't mentioned
any
anything.
non-functional requirements there?
They haven't mentioned non-function, but they have mentioned like this interface requirements,
No,
hardware, software.
not in FRD. In okay, yeah, that is fine.
I haven't mentioned anything, but it is categorized here.
Okay, yeah, you can use the same categories.
Okay.
Okay,
So this one will come under FRD only, non-functional also.
yes,
Okay.
it can be both in BRD and FRD. Some sections will will be there in FRD and BRD. That is not an issue.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, okay. So Priya, you also, if you have completed, you also share the document. Okay,
Only BRD
sometime.
or FRD also? BRD.
Yeah,
BRDs.
BRD is enough for now.
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay,
Okay.
so once you access your
Yes, just,
laptop,
yes, just give me. Yes,
yeah, share the document and share that software also, the Azure software.
okay, it's on my laptop, desktop. Sorry, laptop only.
Yeah. Once you get access, share the software to me. I will send it to Sai also.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Then we'll catch up tomorrow.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.